Hey everybody, this is Steve. This is my project for the final in the Ableton Live class. The genre of this song is a dark ambient rock with some maybe metal influences. My audience would probably be fans of maybe like Velvet Acid Christ, Sleeping Karma, which is another band that mixes Eastern and Western rock kind of influences. The main parts of this song come from these here: guitar intro, main theme guitar, guitar solo. These are all live recordings, and some samples were created from that and basically dropped into here, into Ableton. This is the main theme right here. This is the main idea behind the whole song. Guitar main idea, solos, outros, arpeggiated, and some other effects which I'll get into a little bit later. Here's some, there's other guitar effects. Also, these are different effects that I also created too. So let's move right along. Basically, we have three sends and returns here. This track right here, percussion, goes to B, which goes to the delay right here. This track, the guitar main, goes into basic reverb right here. And the last send and return here is the arpeggiated section here. Again, this is a live recording right here. That goes into this return right here, return track with the audio effect phased and confused, and a looper. Okay, let's look at some of the session automation that I use right here. On this particular clip right here on the percussion 2 track, I went in, and this is a sample of an Indian drum, and I went into Mixer under the clip, and I changed the track panning. Then I went in and I changed the transposition modulation on the clip. The next example I have of some session automation is over here with this sample under Audio FX track. And on this one, on the clip envelope, I went in and adjusted the transposition modulation. And then I went in under Mixer and I adjusted the track volume. Using warp markers, this particular sample right here, when it was imported in to Ableton Live, this clip, this transient right here, started on the downbeat. It was really supposed to start on the upbeat right here. So I used clip markers to slide everything over to get everything to line up better. Now, in terms of a third-party plugin, what I did on the guitar outro track, I used Guitar Rig, which is a really fun third-party plugin. You could get lost in that plugin for days. The devices that I used was, first of all, in terms of plugins, on this particular return track I used Frozen Buildup, which is a great reverb effect, audio effect. The second one is Accent, which is a delay. And on this return I used Phased and Confused, and then I used Looper. Okay, let's look real fast at some of the instruments that I used right here. This is a MIDI instrument right here. This is a MIDI track right here that I used under Analog Voices. Of the instruments I used Tuvian throat pitched preset. Going over here, this is a MIDI track right here. This is where I took an audio clip right here, converted it into MIDI, and I used Tension with the Cosmos Soundscape preset. This track right here, Guitar Thunder, is actually Sampler with a sample of the guitar part dropped into it. This right here, FX, this is Gloomy Chant right here. This is a clip right here that was dropped into Simpler. And on this one I used the ambient and evolving pitched ambience preset My custom rack is right here, and this is using the main theme right here. This is the Jimmy amp guitar simulation right here, and I added to it the auto pan effect around the head. I used automation in terms of track volume, panning, and other things like that, like right here. On the drums, I used panning. I used automation for track panning right there. There was a plug-in here that I used of phaser of frozen buildup, and what I did is I automated the diffusion level on that to give it kind of a unique sound. Okay, there it goes right there. On the master track, spacious reverb plugin, then I used gentle vintage EQ, and then at the end of it I put a limiter on it. Because also I used cut time to cut down on the time, cut out several measures in between within section 3 and section 4. When I originally recorded this, the song was, when I dropped everything in arrangement view, the song was about 3 minutes and 30 seconds, so I had to use that command to cut it down. Also, you can see there's editing on drum parts and various different parts here where I cut parts out and pasted. Everybody, that's pretty much it for this video. The name of this song is called Never Said It Would Be Easy. I think a good way to look at this piece is that it's more like a soundtrack, very ambient, dark sounding. Anyway, thank you.